Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with a review of the Transformers Titans Return Deluxe Class Daburu and Autobot Twinferno. So, Twinferno was originally released in 1987, not as a Headmaster, not as a Target Master, but as a Monster Bot. He was one of 3 Autobot Transformers that turned into monstrous creatures. You saw one of them reviewed earlier on this channel. Titans Return Grotesque is one of the monster bots. And the third member is Repugnus, who did receive a toy in this toy line, but only as a Titan Master class figure. Though in Twinferno's case, he looks exactly as he did in the original toy line, but he does have a new name. His original name was Double Cross and has recently been rebranded in Twinferno, for probably because they couldn't get the trademark back. But Daburu is, while a new character, quote unquote, he is based off of someone. If you are familiar with the Japanese Headmaster's cartoon, you might also be familiar with the Beast Formers, who were actually not Transformers that turned into beasts, but rather anthropomorphic animals. And Daburu is based on the leader of the good guys, who are affiliated with the Autobots, White Leo. So let's take a quick look at Daburu, aka White Leo here. And you can see he is definitely got Leonid head sculpt. If you can see that detail on that face, you can see he's got like a cat, lion kind of head. He's got an eye with an eyebrow and even has an eye patch. If you can see that, yeah, the eye patch right there. That was accurate to the White Leo character to make that a direct reference. That would have been a lot nice, very nice if that had some paint going on there. He does have black chest, gray legs, and white lower legs and white arms. So he does have 3 separate colors going on this body, and he's got nice clawed feet going on there, and then just a little bit of detail. And I did bring up Grotesque before that I have reviewed on this channel, and Grotesque was a heavy retool of Double Cross. So quick bringing comparison in with Grotesque's partner. His partner. I'm sorry, I forgot what his partner's name is. Hold on a sec. Fengul. His partner's name is Fengul. Wow, I can't believe I forgot that. But you can see that all their entire bodies are the same. He just has paint, and though they do have different heads, which is surprising for Titan Masters because they tend to do that. Though of course also the faces on their backs are also different. So Double Cross is, Twinferno. This is Twinferno's face: white helmet, blue visor, white face. Very simple compared to the very monstrous body that he has. So we'll leave Daburu off to the side, and now we'll talk about Double Cross. Twinferno himself, and he is a monstrous 2-headed dragon. Very nice. And he's got some werewolf going on in here. I don't know. I got some werewolf. Taking a look at his head, he's got a white head, white horns, gray lower jaw, and red eyes on both of the heads. The necks are predominantly gray. Their main body is predominantly gray. There is an immovable saw blade. That was the design feature on the original toy because the original monster bots were able to produce cold sparks, and this moving like chest saw blade was how Double Cross created his. He's got his arms, which have very interesting like fur detail, and this is why I was saying like werewolf cross thing, and like he's got claws going on there and all of that. His wings are translucent plastic, or predominantly a translucent plastic. You can see through them, but they do have some black paint going on on the outside there. He's got a very, very dark translucent chest. No, it's probably the same plastic. It's dark inside there, so you can't see into it as well. See through the plastic as well. But there's a translucent door that will be that is the cockpit. He's got black legs, and again furry lower legs, and like wolf-like clawed toes going on as well. Then you got the back. You got just a big black section in the back with silver paint, and then the little black tail going on in the back. No paint on that. And then you can just see where the lower legs are hiding. The legs are hiding. I mean, these are actually the upper parts of the legs. Yeah. So for Time Master interaction, there are 2 Time Master posts right there that fit into the holes on the bottom of any Time Master. And you can just stick Daburu on there, and you got him riding the back of Double Cross. You can open up this section right here. If you can get into it, sometimes you do have to get the legs out of the way to do so. And then you just sit Daburu down, plug him in, and then you got him sitting inside Double Cross. I mean, Twinferno. Why do I keep saying Double Cross? Twinferno is a cooler name. Comment down below if you agree that Twinferno is a cooler name than Double Cross. Though I will not. I will respect your opinion if you think Double Cross is a cooler name than Twinferno. And yeah, that's the main interaction between the 2 of them. But before I get on into talking about the accessories, since he is a beast former, he does have articulation. So each head has 2 separate hinges in it. One at the head for the head to be able to go up and down. That is also the same hinge that the mouth is able to use to open. And you can get the head to go really far. You've got like a little bit of a mechanical tongue molded in there. And then you got this hinge right here on the neck that allows him to bend that far down. There's also a swivel at this joint that allows the head to rotate a full 360 degrees. The arms are on ball joints, so they're able to rotate full 360 and able to bend that far out, though there are no other joints, so they're always in that position. The wings are on hinges, so you're able to get them to flap. Lower legs do have a full 360 degree rotation. There is a hinge at this joint right there to get that to bend in and out, and then the foot is able to bend down and up. Though because of how he's balanced, aren't able to get him a whole lot of posings without the legs being in that kind of a position, because just if you try to bend like the legs down too far, you're just gonna, well, you can't. I know in my experience, it's when I first got him, I did have a hard time getting him to stand properly. So there's a certain limit to how far you can pose those legs before he starts falling over. But there is also this hinge out here that allows the legs to bend outward. And then I guess you can also use this if you want him to bend really outward and just look like he's just broken his legs. But this is the main joint to use to get his legs to spread out. And then there's nothing at the tail. Now to talk about the accessories. Whoops! Like I said, if you pose him the wrong way, the legs the wrong way, he's just gonna topple over. Let me just readjust him. Okay, he's balancing right now, so I'll take that. He comes with these 2 weapons, which were the same ones you saw with Grotesque if you saw that review. There are 3 posts right there that fit into 3 slots on the other side, and they are able to combine into one gun that Fengul is able to sit. Oh, sorry, not Fengul. Wow. Okay, I got really confused there. That Daburu is able to sit in, like so. And you can plug this onto Twinferno's back using those 2 posts at the bottom that go into those 2 slots on the back right there. And there's no way this is going to stand, so I got to readjust. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, and you got him riding on the 2-headed dragon's back with 2 giant cannons sticking out of his back now. So you got that going on. You can take the off, and you can pull. Wow. Okay. You really don't want to stand now, do you? Do you, buddy? You are a cool toy. So just show the world that you are a cool toy by just standing. Can you not do the stand? Do the stand. Okay. Do this. You're doing the stand. And then, of course, there are 5mm posts on the back of the guns that that in this form can best be placed into the wings on into the 5mm holes on the wings, like so. But there are also holes in his head that you can place them into, but that's more so for robot mode. And yeah, so that's all of that. So once I can get Twinferno standing properly, we can get into some size comparisons. There we are. And there we are. Yeah, time for some nice size comparisons. Here he is with Legends Class Bumblebee. And you can see how they scale. Deluxe Class Chrome Dome. You can see how they scale. Voyager Class Megatron. You see how they scale. And I just knocked Chrome Dome off the table. Leader Class 6-Shot right here. And you can see how they scale. And his mold made quickly, just to show the differences. Grow Tusk. There's that scale. And yeah, they do have a lot of shared parts. The lower halves are pretty much the same, but their upper halves, especially with the two heads and then the arms there, the wings are the same, but the arms and upper chest and stuff are different. You even have a fair bit different molding going on the back in terms of like the placement of the of the posts of the hold slots for the guns. So yeah, that's all there's to say on Twinferno in his beast form. So let's roll right along to his robot mode. And to do that, first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold the legs in. We're going to fold the dragon legs in, like so. Like so. And we're going to fold these panels out. And then, as you'll see, the next step is to split the tail and then fold the legs down like so. You'll split the legs. Then you'll fold the feet into place like so, and then rotate the feet around like that, and then just fold the tails down onto his sides. Simple enough. Next thing you're going to do is going to take this entire assembly and fold it down onto his chest like so. There are ports that will connect into this section right there. They're not going to connect securely because you're going to need the arms. These tabs right here to go into those slots right there to really connect. You're going to have to rotate the dragon arms into this position so as they fit into this gap properly. And like so, and then just tab them into the side. Rotate his arms forward, rotate his arms into a proper position. I mean, though technically, I guess that depends where you want, what joint you want to use, but I like posing him like this, so rotate his arms into whatever position you deem worthy. And then he's mostly done. You just need to get his head. Just fold Daburu in half. And then you put him on the head. And there you have Twinferno in his robot mode. And he looks really interesting. It's a very interesting robot to get out of that kind of a monstrous creature. Taking a closer look at his chest, he's very mechanical chest, despite what organic-y bits were going on in his dragon form. Nice buttons and dials. It's got a little bit of red, nice Autobot symbol going on right there. A little bit of gray going on up there. His lower crotch has red and has a little bit of yellow. And now I'm seeing this and it looks like a sad face. Look at that. There's the mouth, there's the eyes, and they're like, oh no, I'm so sad. I'm a part of this monster. I don't even know. You got a little bit gray up here. White for the lower legs, and then you got black for the lower legs. And you did see most of the legs when he was in dragon mode, but you do now get to see the orientation of the legs compared to the feet in this with this configuration. Shoulder pads are in red, most of the arms are in gray, and then the dragon heads are his hands. I bet it's hard for him to write with those. I wonder if they get hungry too. And then on the back, you just see the wings, and you got the back, and then you got the claws coming off, and then all of that going on. For articulation, his head is able to rotate a full 360. There are tabs that you do have to get his head to move over for proper articulation if you leave them down. The tabs are going to run into each other. And he's able to bob and rock his head side to side. He can fold his wings still. His arms are able to rotate a full 360 and are able to go that far out. There is a bicep swivel, and there is an elbow bend that gives him about 90 degrees of bend. And his hands are able to open because they are the dragon head, like so. There's nothing going on at his waist, though this script panel is able to fold upwards, and it can even fold all the way that up, and it gives him the ability to bend his legs that far forward, that far back, and that far up to the side. There is a thigh swivel for 90 degrees rotation, for full 360 rotation. His legs are able to bend much greater than 90 degrees. That might be about 145. And his feet are able to completely rotate full 360, though there is no in and out movement. Though I guess if you want to untransform his legs, you can get him to break his ankle. I don't think you really want to do that. Though I am not used, so maybe you do want to post him by having him break his ankles. He is able to hold his weapons. They do store on his back. They are able to store together on his back, as they were able to do so in the dragon mode, and they are able to go both upwards and downwards. I should make that clear. You can both pose like that and like that. They are still able to store into those 5mm posts on those wings, and they are able to go both front and back. The 5mm posts are also able to store in the holes on the dragon head, so he can wield his weapons in his hands, what are kindly referred to as hands. And then he's got some extra slots on his arms, on the upper part of his body, where he is able to tab. Let's see which are the right tabs, however. Yeah, those tabs are able to plug in onto his shoulders. So he has some nice shoulder cannons going on there. And let's just check really quick if these slots are the same size. I doubt they are. They're not the same size and they feel loose, but you can get them to sit in those slots too. But I do think the shoulder ones are a bit better. It's all to you. It's all your preference. So that's all there's to say on Twinferno in his robot mode. So let's take a look at some robot mode size comparisons. Here he is with Legends Class Bumblebee. Come on, Bumblebee. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. There we go. And Bumblebee comes just a little shy of that gray chest there. Deluxe Class Chrome Dome. And Chrome Dome is just a bit taller than Twinferno is, but he looks like he might be the same height as Trigger Happy. We got Voyager Class Megatron right here, and Twinferno is just like right above those molded bits on his chest. Leader Class 6-Shot. And you can see Twinferno is just like right at the top, like in that top third skirt panel there. And of course, here he is with the channel's mascots, Soundwave and Wheeljack. And you can see that. And very quickly, quick comparison next to his mold mate, Grotusk. And you can see all of the differences. Like I said, lower legs are the same. All the legs are the same. The wings are the same. The main part of the chest is the same. But this chest panel is different. The arms are entirely different. Even the script panels are different. That one looks like a sad face, and that one looks more like just a generic robot, like maybe like Johnny Five's cousin or something. If it looks like a face at all. But yeah, sad face crotch. But yeah. And there's that. So yeah, I gotta say, Twinferno is a very nice looking mold. Very interesting. It's just so interesting. Like they got such like an organic kind of looking alternate mode that turns out to be a fairly robotic body. Only like really like organic bits are those dragon hands, and everything else just looks straight mechanical. So like you can forgive the hands, and it's like, oh wow, this is definitely a robot. And it's just so interesting. It's also very nice that like you at least got some form of representation of all three of the monster bots in this toy line, with Grotusk being there. Though it's sad that Repugnus does not share their same size, but it is still very cool. This is still a very nice toy, and I still recommend it if you have not gotten him yet. If you get the chance to try to pick this toy up, because he's really, really freaking neat, especially if you're like into dragons and all that stuff. So yeah, that's all I have to say on Twinferno. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. Also, please consider donating on my Patreon page to help support the channel. All of the links will be in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack signing off.